Broadcasting live across Edinburgh, throughout Scotland and around the world.
This is freshair.radio.uk.
Love music? We've got your playlist.
Love art? We've got your must-sees and your reading list.
Love sport? We've got the score, whatever your field.
Love to be in the know? We've got news for you.
Love radio? Love freshair.radio.uk.
Interviews with the stars.
Hi, this is Nina Nesbitt and you're listening to Fresh Air.
Christina Queens, it's a pleasure.
Online and on the TuneIn Radio app for live listening, playback, and podcasts for whenever.
Yes!
Club nights with the best new DJs.
That's the spirit.
Get up with breakfast, get smart with the team shows, get curious with your niche, get ready for a showstopper.
On freshair.org.uk.
This is Edinburgh's student radio station.
I would listen to this.
This is Fresh Air!
Hello, I'm Sinistro. Welcome to the Cellar Door. Crypt sermon with Key of Solomon. Oh man, I love that band. Welcome back to the Cellar Door, episode 2. Oh man, feels good to be here. Crypt sermon, amazing US band, doom, fantastic band, love it. The way I discovered it was actually through Fenrit's podcast. So if you've never listened to Radio Fenrit's and you're missing the Cellar Door or something metal to listen to, just go check it out. It's a good show. I love it. We all love it. Okay, so now on, we stay in the USA for a while because we need to listen to a band called 200 Stab Wounds. They just released a new single called Drilling Your Head. It's an amazing band and I suggest you go check out their first EP. It's absolutely fantastic. So this is 200 Stab Wounds. I love this band. It's like old school death metal in the literal sense. It's like, it's pure, it's evil, and it's, I don't know, man. Feels like it's drilling your head. Anyway, do you remember when last time we checked out that band called Texas Ketamine from Boise, Idaho? Well, I told you that the death metal scene in Idaho was just as interesting as the one in Sweden in the 90s. You didn't believe me, so I brought some more evidence to support my case. Here is Barn with Skinface. told you. It's incredible how Hideout, boys in Hideout, the city, it's able to provide us with so much metal. I mean, metal of such a great quality. It's incredible. I'll bring you some more examples in the next weeks. I promise, I will. Trust me. And speaking of amazing metal scenes, well, some of you may know where I'm from. Most of you probably don't. I'm from Sicily. It's a small piece of land just underneath Italy, right? Okay. In Sicily, what you may know is that we have some stuff such as the sea, great food, criminality. Is that the word, or is it crime? Yeah, it's probably crime. But aside from that, what you may not know is that we have a delicious extreme scene. And the next couple of bands are from Sicily, are from the city of Palermo and Agrigento in Sicily. Well, not really Agrigento, Sciacca more. And first example is gonna be a band called Ossario. And, well, this is Torment, Sweet Torment by Ossario. Check it out.
Just
was Ossario with Torment, sweet Torment. Oh man. I personally know these guys, the guys in Ossario, and they're amazing people and they're amazing musicians as well. This project is really interesting, but in general, the entire extreme scene in Sicily, it's so interesting. It's like, I think the best adjective to describe it, it's mummified. It's dry and ancient and just, it's crazy out there. We have another band, still from Palermo. Amazing guys and incredible musicians. I had the honor to share a stage with them. More on that later. And, well, here it is. Spasticus with Birth to the Plague. back. This was Spasticus from Palermo. Amazing band indeed. And I have a surprise for you. What? What is the surprise? Well, I have the man, the legend, the guitarist and founding member of Spasticus, Jan, here with us. Jan, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. How you doing?
Great, man. Thanks for having me. I'm honored.
Oh, man, I am honored to have you here. So
what's this? Your second show?
Yeah,
is this your second show?
It's just my second episode, man. Living the dream.
That's great, man. Great. Congratulations with everything.
Thank you very much, man. Now, I was saying before that I had the honor to split a stage with you in September. Your band, Spasticus, and my band, Skeletal, Gore, we shared the stage. It was amazing.
In September?
No, in September. Yeah, was it September or August? No, it was August.
No, man, it was in July, June, July. It was in summer, man.
All right.
September was last month.
Yeah, you're right. And well, in September you had another crazy live. I think like huge. Event.
No, we haven't played since we played with you guys. We had a slot at a mini festival in Belmonte, which was unfortunately cancelled last minute due to
it's incredibly it's sad that she couldn't play because that live would have been amazing. You would have played with the Mentors, right?
Yeah, no, that's actually another story. The situation with the Mentors, that was something else. The Mentors did play. What happened was the Mentors were supposed to play the night before in Shaka at a festival with Salvo as well, who played in Ossario that you played before. And then the next day they were supposed to come down to Palermo and play with us. But what happened was, unfortunately, the festival in Shaka, I don't know what happened, but it didn't go through. So it was moved to Alibi, which is the club we played at together in Palermo. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, there wasn't space on the bill for us as well. So we didn't get to do that one. But I was there. It was a great show. The Mentors was very entertaining, to say the least. And then they all came over and crashed at my house that night.
They were pretty entertaining. So, what have we just listened to? What was that? Tell us something about that.
Birth to the Plague. Yeah, that's the first track of our relatively new, came out this year, a few months ago, a new EP called Horror Chaos Death. And yeah, that was one of the songs. Kind of talks about, I remember really not wanting to write about COVID and all of that because I felt like everyone was doing it and it seemed kind of outdone. But it was kind of more focused about we were all locked inside, we had nothing to do. We kind of, and a lot of the hypocrisy about it and paranoia. So yeah, in a sense, it's a kind of like plague song, but it's more kind of our perspective of how everything went down, especially being in Italy, which was like right after China. Italy was the first big place in Europe to anywhere really to get hit. So like that was really weird for us, especially being here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, have you got any plans for future releases? Something that you want to tease?
Yeah, we haven't announced it officially, but we've recorded material for a split that's in the works with another band, a good friend from us from Sicily as well. I don't think I can't say anything, but I haven't spoken to the guys, so just in case I won't say too much. But yeah, 3-song aside split that hopefully we will be announcing soon, which we recorded a few months back. And other than that, we've just started working on material that will probably end up being on our first full-length album.
That's amazing. And well, a couple of other questions. Like, I don't want this to be an interview. I want this to be, a conversation about your music, because I honestly think
absolutely a little chat show. Yeah.
Exactly. Because I honestly think that you guys are amazing. again, I seen you playing live.
Oh, you romantic fool.
What?
I said, oh, you romantic fool.
And I mean, you guys are like a destructive force live, and you as a guitarist, you're just undescribable, because it's, I don't know, man, it sounds like a chainsaw, but not in the Swedish way, in the destructive way. It's amazing. And speaking of which, what is your inspiration, you know, in the attitude? Who's the artist that gave you the attitude?
The attitude. I think the attitude comes. I mean, we're a death metal band, but the attitude comes from punk. I mean, I always tell the story that I started the band with the idea in mind for it to be a heavy punk and thrash metal band, and I kind of said it was. It was only when our vocalist Anselmo later joined the band, and he was like, "Oh no, this stuff is great, but it's death metal," and I was like, okay, well, fine. I'll play death metal. I don't mind. So we continued doing, you know, we just went down that road. But I grew up on hardcore punk, Black Flag, stuff like that.
Yeah, and
we all in the band are into punk.
I think we have something in common. Speaking of hardcore punk in general, because you have a Black Flag tattoo, and I have a minor.
Yeah.
And we both when we were 18, right? Yeah.
No, I was 9. Was I? How old was I? I think I was 19. I think I was 19 when I got.
Okay. No, because
I was 19. Yeah, but
one of the first things that I did as soon as I was 18 was getting a minor threat tattoo, and you told me the story. You're, you know, we had a few drinks. I mean, you had a few drinks.
I had a few drinks. Yeah.
So some details might be a bit foggy about it, but still, yeah.
I remember. Like I like it. It's a cool tattoo. I don't think it's very original. I think every like edgy like punk metal guy at some point got a Black Flag tattoo. I was 19, and a very good friend of mine offered to do it for me quite cheap, like in the moment. And I was like, yeah, well, why not? Yeah, sure. And I was like, what do you want? I was like, I don't know, the Black Flag tattoo, and I just got it. I wouldn't say I regret it, but you know, it's not something I look down and go, oh wow, that's so cool, I'm so original. But you know, it's there now.
Yeah, I totally get what you mean. I mean, at the end of the day, Black Flag is still Black Flag, you know.
For sure. What probably the greatest logo ever made. One of the best. I mean, simple, but like, I mean, great artwork. They're great logo. I mean, you know, I mean, like, like I remember years ago seeing like, I can't swear, so I'm gonna have to, because this upsets me when I think about it. But seeing like shirts with like Justin Bieber, like with the Black Flag logo, and thinking like, what the, in the name of, this is hard, not swearing. You know what I mean, though. Like, I mean, that just goes to show how iconic of a piece of art that is.
Yeah. Absolutely, and I still remember when I was 16, I used to roam on like very underground forums around the internet, as you do when you're 16. And I remember I discovered that the logo is actually not 4 banners, but it's just one stylized flag, and I think that's
no, it's a flag. Yeah, it's done like that because it's supposed to be like waving in the wind.
Yeah, exactly. It's genius.
I remember this is not that metal, but it's quite quick. I worked at a summer camp. Over the summer. Well, that's kind of obvious, but over the summer, and I had to work with all these little kids. Whenever they saw the tattoo, they thought it was from Jumanji. It was like my 4 video game lives, and they go, "Oh, what's that? Are those your 4 video game lives?" And like, yeah, I'm not going to explain to a 7-year-old what Black Flag is. I'll be like, yeah, you know, those are my 4 lifelines. You know. Doing well so far.
Yeah, I mean, if we can save them and spare them from this life. Anyway, there was another question that I wanted to ask you, and it's like about your story, because you're not from Palermo, right?
No. Okay. What gave it away? My non-Italian accent. I'm trying. Sto provando, but no. Yeah, no, I'm not not Italian. Not a drop of blood of mine is Italian. No, I guess leaning into the question, I don't know what I am, but I consider myself South African. My father's South African. I grew up in South Africa a lot of my life. I was born in London. My mother's Dutch, but she also grew up a large part of her younger life in South Africa. So yeah, I mean, I speak Dutch as well. I mean, I guess I'd say I'm South African. I speak English with a South African accent. So yeah, South African. That's where I'm from.
That's so cool, and you were basically welcomed by the scene, because as soon as you moved in, like, you started being active in the Palermo scene, right?
No, that's not necessarily true. I came here first when I was 15.
Oh.
Is that right? Yeah, I was 15. And later on, I think when I was 16, I met a lot of the guys in the scene who we were also friends with. And Samo plays in my band. Also, I also thought it would be quite interesting to mention that two bands who played back to back, us and in the band before, Ossario, actually share. Anselmo's the vocalist who also sings in my band, and Salvo plays bass in my band as well. So yeah, the scene's very tight knit together. But when I first came here, I didn't play anything, and for like 2 years, I knew everyone. Anselmo was in bands. I think he had just started Eraser, and then I left. I went back to South Africa, and I came back when I was 2018. Yeah, I came back in 2018, and toward the end of 2018, beginning of 2019, I started Spasticus. So I knew all those guys for a while, and I wasn't really involved in the metal scene in the sense I didn't really play in any bands.
Okay.
But when I started, once Spasticus did get going, we got a very good response from the community. So in that sense, I would agree. Yeah.
Yeah, because now I think from a third-person perspective that Spasticus is, a staple name in the Palermo scene, right? Like, for me at least. And I've been in the scene since I was 16. Now it's been a very long time. It's not as much as many others, but it's still a very long time. But Spasticus is, one of the big names from Palermo, and there are some very big names. There's Becherus, and there's what other band? The Crushers are from Palermo, right? No, they're from Agrigento, right?
The Crushers, I can name about like 5 bands, but half of them also share members altogether. Eraser released their full-length album last year, which was a banger.
That EP was really good. It was really good. That album, yeah.
No, they just released an EP as well. I was talking about their full-length album, Mutual Overkill Deterrence, which is I've got that on vinyl. I play it all the time.
The one with the mosaic as a cover, right? Yeah, I think I know which one you're mentioning. Yeah, there was everything they did.
But what you were saying before about Spasticus being a staple, I mean, I wouldn't I wouldn't say that, just because I feel like there would be a bit of ego on my part. I don't know. I think we're doing well. I mean, I wouldn't say we're relatively new. We've been around for a while, but obviously due to we've played 3 shows all at the same place. So it's not like we've had bigger opportunities that unfortunately haven't worked out, mostly because of COVID. But I don't know. I wouldn't say. I mean, I don't know. I don't see myself that way. Maybe maybe I should get a bit more of an ego, but I'm content with where things are going. I wouldn't just to not come across too vain. I wouldn't say that we're a staple, but I thank you for the compliment in any case. It warms.
I still think you are. I think there are some bands, especially in Sicily, but in all of Italy and the rest of Europe, some bands that as soon as you think of a city, it reminds you immediately of a band. Like when you think of Catania, personally I think of Torpore, and when I think of Agrigento and Shaka, I think of Incubato and Malaurio, and when I think of Palermo, honestly I think of Spasticus. Honestly.
Well, I thank you. Very, very, very much.
Well, man, thank you, honestly. So, dude, thank you so much for stopping by. And
It was a pleasure. I enjoyed it. I think it's a very cool little thing you've got going here. Any support for underground music, not even metal of any type, I'm a big fan of, and I think you've got a very professional presentation. So I've enjoyed chatting to you thoroughly.
Thank you very much. I enjoyed talking with you, and I hope to hear from you soon. And well, be safe out there.
Absolutely, man. We'll keep in contact.
All right. I'll see you, man.
Cheers. Cheers, man. Cheers.
Okay, and that was Jan from Spasticus. I personally think he's a great guy. Go check out his band. And, well, we need to stay in Italy for a while now, because the next couple of bands are just brilliant. First of all, Halloween is coming around. Yay! Come on, I don't know if this is the closest show that we have to Halloween, the closest episode. I think it is. Yeah, it's definitely the closest one to Halloween. And in that spirit, I want to present you a band called Inferèn from Lombardy. Still in Italy, but totally different part. Sicily, very down south, Lombardy, extreme north. These guys are singing about their origins and what surrounds them, folkloristically talking and spiritually. And this song is called Volti di Pietra. Volti di Pietra translates to Faces of Stone. And it's a song about the god Cernunnos and the festivity of Samhain.
Colpito nella pietra via e ti porta via. Se dici che l'ultima notte prima dell'OM sta senza il mort. Sentate qua c'è mia su e tempi è mia la lumera. E ti porta via, e ti porta via. Sussurrano parole di foglie e vento, il varco di arcane e pietre per l'altro mondo aperto. Si affacciano gli spiriti che ognuno li guida nella notte, riaccorciano dei morti, le grida.
Inferèn with Volti di Pietra. Go check out all the bands that I'm playing tonight on their official social network pages and on Spotify if they're available, but mostly if they have it, please support them on Bandcamp. Because honestly, do you rather want to pay 20 quids for the latest Metallica album or just, give 20 quids to somebody who might actually deserve it? But that's just my opinion, man. It's just my opinion. Speaking of big bands, it's been quite the week for Slayer fans. First of all, we had Kerry King basically crying on video saying, "Oh man, we retired too soon, man. I miss playing, man." And then 2 days later, we have Gary Holt saying stuff like, "Oh yeah, Slayer, we will never get back together, man. We will never getting back together." But you know what? I think I love Gary Holt. I think he's a great guy. I think he's a great musician. But when it comes to Slayer, your opinion don't really matter, Gary. I'm sorry to say that, but I still hope for some Slayer lives. I don't hope for next Slayer albums, please God, but I hope for lives because they're pretty fun. So I've been told. To be fair, that was not exactly what Gary Holt said. Poor guy just said that his opinion didn't matter in the first place, and he had to consider the opinion of the other guys. And apparently, aside from Kerry King, no one else wanted to reunite the band. So yeah, Slayer is gone, and it's gone for good. Okay, we got some more tracks to play. We have some amazing acts, like the next one, still from Italy, called Slowly Suffering, The Return of the Suffering. Now, this is one I'm really excited for, because I didn't knew this band.
Even
Suffering with Return of Suffering. I told you these guys were great. Well, the next stop is Norway with a band called Nekromentheon and a song called Visions of Trimegistos. Nekromentheon from Norway. Oh, I love myself some good old Norwegian death metal. Well, we have the last couple of songs to play. We have, well, they're kind of different from each other, so I'll let you decide which one you prefer, as usual, you know. First one is a band, a very young band that it's very promising, and I cannot wait to see what they have next for us. It's called Oneiric Celephaïs. I think that's how you pronounce it. Sorry if I just butchered it. Technical death metal, again from Italy. Sorry about that. Tonight, it's one of those nights.
Go
that was Oneiric Celephaïs with From Beyond. Now, those who know me know that this tech death is not really my style, but you know, these guys are really cool guys. I've talked with them, and I think they're really talented. Subjectively, just because I'm not really into their kind of music doesn't mean that they can't play or they don't deserve to be passed on the radio. You know, just being good to each other, accepting each other. I think they are extremely talented. I'm not really into the genre, but probably most of my listeners right now are. So go check them out. Oneiric Celephaïs. It's kind of weird, but if you go if you go to our Instagram page, we've tagged them in one of our stories. And yeah, I'm basically advertising our Instagram page. It's not the Cellar Door, it's beneath the Cellar Door. I know, it's very confusing. I believe in you. You can go now and follow our page beneath the Cellar Door, not just the Cellar Door. Okay, that's enough. Sorry. The next band comes from here, from the UK. And I want to play this last because I think it's amazing, and it's... you remember last show when I said about the apocalyptic metal, right? I talked about that. Well, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, The Holy Flesh with a song called Vessel 1. so much for stopping by. This is the end of the episode. I've got no more music. Sorry. Go home. We're finished. Go home. I'll see you next Sunday, I guess. Seriously, I'll see you next Sunday. Remember to, first of all, support the bands that I've played tonight. All the bands: Inferèn, Oneiric, Celephaïs, Holy Flesh, 200 Stab Wounds, Ossario, Spasticus, Nekromentheon, Slowly Suffering, Barn, and Crypt. Go support each and every one of them. They deserve it. Really do. Second of all, support us. And by going on our one and only social network, which is Instagram, beneath the cellar door. No dashes, no nothing, just beneath the cellar door. It's not that difficult. Go, now. And, well, I've been Sinistro. This was the Cellar Door on Fresh Air Radio. I'll see you guys next Sunday. Peace. Get your pull.